golden twinkle in my eye.
Okay, well that's a part of the show now.
Hello,
Hang on.
everyone,
Seconds
and
to this.
welcome
Oh, no.
to episode 237 of MMT Millennial Movie Talk.
What's
I'm one of your
different?
hosts,
Why it's that over
Braden,
to the
joined
left?
as always by the wonderful Alex.
Hello. Sorry, did you see this one? I duplicated
Yeah.
this and we moved over.
It's very interesting. Joined as always by Michael,
Hello.
and as always by Chris.
Hello.
Sorry,
How-
didn't say hi to Cody Rhodes.
Hi, Cody. Finish your story, my man.
And Cody.
Bless. We're joined here today by a professional streamer who's going to be continuing his gaming Let's Play as we record this episode. I'm very jealous that Alex already has it. I'll be joining in playing it tomorrow night. But we'll save the wrestling talk for later because my God, did a gigantic ass film come out this past week, and all of us have actually seen it for once.
Most of it.
Well, we'll get to that.
All but a singular section of the movie.
That's it. So, Dune Part 2 has released finally. Where we were inundated with another 3 hours of the sandy desert of Arrakis and the incredibly wonderful cast of this franchise. Now, Chris, you're our resident Dune head, I would say.
Dune spurt.
Dune spurt.
Dooney.
Dune spurt. Dooney.
You're
I like
you're
Dooney.
you're a
You're a Dooney.
moi-
A Dooney's
moitié
pretty good. It's like Goonie.
Dooney.
Yeah, Dooney.
Now you were a gigantic Dune fan, and you liked the
That
first
I
one.
am.
I think we all liked the
I
first
do like
one.
the first one.
But
Yeah.
how are you
I think
feeling going into this?
A lot of people like the first one. A lot of people thought it was a bit slow. A lot of people couldn't sit through that one. Not having the same problem this time, I think.
Well, after rewatching the first one with Michael and I did it back to back, which is why I fell asleep in the second one. Sorry, there is
Alex, except for Alex.
I briefly fell asleep. Sue me. I can't wait to watch the movie again though.
I can very much vouch that it was definitely a long night. It was
I'm
lot of
impressed. Like that's so much movie to watch because
movies. It is.
like back
I'm
to back.
very happy I've finally seen the first one in theaters because it was so much better. And like I hadn't seen the first one like since it come out on streaming service.
Yeah.
So I couldn't remember like a whole
Denis
lot.
Villeneuve wanted you to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
And
obviously.
I definitely picked up more from seeing it in the movies than I did when I watched it at home.
Mm.
But it was
Right.
so much better. I'm happy I've finally seen it in the theaters.
To
I gotta
talk
say,
about
thing-
the
like
film,
That thing is not slow. That's got great pace. I was having a ball.
there's a lot of action, a lot goes on, and this is the cinematic experience of the decade. I don't think anyone would disagree.
I was
I think
getting
we're at highest point in IMDb, highest movie on IMDb.
when we were watching
Shawshank
part
Redemption,
2.
Dethrone.
When we were watching
Yeah.
part 2, I went, well, this is just our Lord of the Rings now. I went, this is our modern
It
Lord
is.
of the Rings.
Very true.
yeah, 100%.
true.
I can see it.
Yeah, no,
Somehow
after
shorter.
the movie, there was just like some feeling of like scale of epicness from some of the things or scenes we'll obviously get into after. And it just I don't think I've felt that in the movies. Like the closest thing I guess would be like Endgame is like the closest like
Yeah.
but like that's like in your head. Yeah, I don't know. It's just there was something epic about it.
It
was
is.
great.
The first one set us up and took a while, like set up a lot of
Yeah.
concept stuff.
There's a lot
and
of
this
world
one,
building.
It paid off. Like we had just
lay up to the dunk.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was fantastic. The sound is a huge part of it. I think we
Like,
all
oh,
agree.
My God, the sound design and the music in these films are just ridiculously good. Like
So
there were
good.
so many times where the sound design in part 2 like was like shaking the theater and like it was just it was phenomenal.
The
I
worm,
judge it-
the worm riding
worm.
scene.
Oh my God.
That was epic.
Yeah.
It shook the
part-
theater.
In part one, I do have to say
when the
they,
grandfather worm appeared.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
giant
that
one?
one. Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
Great line
But
by
the
Sid Harvey
bagpipes,
as well.
having like had the movie experience of one, the bagpipes when they're like marching into the battle on like the airfield,
Mhm.
when
Yeah,
those
yeah.
bagpipes kick in, that's goosebumps. Like I
Yeah.
actively sought out that track just to listen to the bagpipe section.
Yeah,
for the like
it's
next
awesome.
2 days, I just listened to it.
God
The
damn.
plight of the Atreides through
Mm.
music.
Yeah.
Oh,
God damn.
and then
Yeah,
opening
Hans,
of the second
Hans
one,
killed it on that one.
we got narration from the Emperor's Daughter opening the second movie.
Oh, Florence.
The wonderful Florence Pugh.
Throwback because the narrator of the 80s movie is the Emperor's Daughter from the beginning. So they brought that back, which was awesome.
That's great.
And she was good. That was a good little exposition dump, like the talking about the Atreides, the fall of the Atreides, and burning the
Okay.
bodies.
A great way
Oh.
to like explain what's happening and catch people up if they're kind of falling behind it all.
But you
Even
see,
though-
the thing is, I've seen a few clips of people complaining that there wasn't like the whole previously on, like to catch you back
Oh,
up to
shut
Yeah,
speed.
I
up.
was
Go
about to
watch
say.
the first one.
They want
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
just
But
said.
it's like it's literally like it's I don't know if it's
It's not a
like
TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know. It's not one of the. It doesn't feel like it's one of those movies that needs to catch you back up. Like it's like happening straight away. It's just
Yeah.
straight continuation. Like yes,
But-
we haven't ended one story and starting a new one. We're just continuing through.
I
Yeah,
also feel like the
multiple
movie
people I
does.
went to see this with. Sorry, multiple people I went to see this with asked me if there's going to be a previously on Dune.
They
and it's
wanted
like,
a scroll.
This is not a double episode of The Big Bang Theory. This is a movie. Okay, like what
No,
other sequels or movies have a previously on?
They just want a Star Wars scroll. They're like, oh, it's a space planet with a lot of sand. We need a Star Wars scroll.
Yeah, that would be all right.
Yeah. I just don't. I feel like the movie did a pretty good job of catching back up and doing like some sort of exposition-y stuff to get us where we needed to be.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and in a way where it didn't interrupt the flow of the actual film itself.
Oh, and just to talk about that opening scene, we're straight where we left off, pretty much.
Oh my
Like, we
God,
haven't
just throwing
gotten-
you in.
100%.
Yeah, we haven't
We're
gotten
right
back. to the
back.
siege yet.
We're right
we're
back
just-
in there.
They're with the Fremen and they're in the open desert, and the Harkonnens are hunting them. And that
So good.
first confrontation with the Harkonnens in their full like desert suits.
Oh.
Oh, amazing,
And,
right?
Me and my brother
I love
both
their
thought
little
it was, like,
PC fans in the back of their suits.
yeah,
You I did have to. I didn't expect like the jetpack because obviously they put the thumpers down. So they're just like, oh, let's just go to high ground. So like they clearly like are adapting to how they're normally getting hunted.
exactly. As I was about
They're
to say,
learning.
like, me and my brother both thought like straight away. You're like, oh, these Harkonnens are a bit out of their depth. Like they're in the
Yeah.
desert. They're gonna get fucked. And then when you hear the thumper, they're like, climb, and they just start floating up in the most creepy
Oh my
way
God, it was
possible.
That's
haunting.
but that's
It's
when
just
I
like
went.
so silent.
That's
It
when
was
I
just
went.
like,
This is
okay,
cinema.
They're adapting. They've got tech. Like this is an even match. Like
Yeah.
they're not just idiots. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when I went like, this is a fucking like when they showed the way that sequence was shot with them going up slowly and just the way that was shot and everything. I was just like, this is elite. I was like,
Yeah.
this is how you make a movie.
yeah.
It's the movie buff's movie. Like it is a masterclass in how to make a fucking excellent film.
I just think
Even
it's
the
top tier. It's top tier sci-fi. It's probably the best sci-fi I've ever seen.
Yeah, even the perspective when they're like, because they're the Fremen hiding in the sand and they're like just creeping up to the hill, and when they just kind of peer over and you see the Harkonnens landing, and
Mhm.
it's like you get that real perspective of they're like hugging the ground,
Yeah.
like, oh, so awesome.
It's finally like obviously, Chris, you've referred to it already. Like the '80s film, like
I'll
it was very
continue
much
to.
an '80s film.
Yeah,
But like for a novel that has been like at the forefront of the sci-fi genre for so many years
yeah,
and like has inspired so much from it, like it's really cool to see it like kind of like get the treatment it deserves.
yeah. Especially the fact that mainstream are loving it. Like,
Yeah.
and like I mentioned, compared to the first one, which is a lot more setting up and a lot slower, a lot more traditional sci-fi. This has got all the action parts tied in. Much faster pace. Much more happened in this film. Like,
Oh my god,
this-
Jesus, so much happened in this
I
film.
would have
There's a
happily
lot.
I would have happily had 2 movies for two, like just for this part and had it go a lot slower. But I was happy with this action sci-fi that we got.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
The movie finished, and Chris and I looked at each other, and Chris said that could have been multiple movies, and I was like, "Yep, I feel like we could have had part 1, and then we could have had part 2.1, part 2.2, part 2.3, and then we go into whatever the next film is."
I would have happily sat there for another 30 minutes and done a 3-hour, 15-minute film.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's surprising, being that where the 80s movie failed was that they tried to squeeze it all into one film, and the first kind of 2/3 is Dune Part 1, and it's slow pace, and then they squeeze this entire movie into say 30 minutes, and that was bad. So it was nice to see it slowed down a little, but it still was a bit fast. I felt like the Sardaukar kind of ending battle went very fast, but you didn't need to see much more. I mean, the Fremen have sandworms, and we're on a sand planet, so
you give them the big, you get the big moments where you're like, oh yeah, cool, we've got the gist of like the really cool shots and everything. Like, there's only so much of that before you go, okay, this doesn't need to be a 10-minute sequence. Like, you can have it be a tight like 3 to 5 minutes of like that sequence happening, and then. Alex, I'm sorry, but the throne room scene is excellent.
Hey man, I'm sure it is.
He remembers that scene. It's the extra bit of that he missed.
No, he doesn't remember the throne room scene.
No, I remember pull spoilers for Dune 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers
click away.
For a book that's over 50 years old.
Click away if you haven't watched Dune Part 2. You don't want to know. 3, 2, 1. I remember Paul killing the Baron.
Yeah, that's in the throne room.
Yeah,
that is in the throne room. Okay,
and then he orders his troops, and they leave there, and they take the city of Arrakeen.
And that's when I remember the 3 big sandworms.
That was before that.
That's before that. Yeah, that's when they're taking the Emperor's army. That's how they get in the throne room.
Yeah,
and then they go from there. Yeah.
Oh man, every single time when it's like, oh, they've made it really fucking dusty everywhere. And now they're sneaking around in the storm. It's like, fuck, it's so cool.
Oh, that's the other bit when Batista gets mad and sends all his forces into the sandstorm essentially.
And then they will pop up from under the ground.
They just get decimated.
Just wreck them, and it's like, yeah, you're in rat territory, buddy. What are you and that just shows how he's dumb. But the other one isn't dumb. The other one's smart.
Jesus.
Oh, Austin Butler. How sick is Austin Butler in this movie?
He's great.
Oh my god. Well, that means we get to talk about the Harkonnen planet and the Black Sun.
Yeah. Oh, how cool is that planet?
That's very well filmed.
I was watching something. I'm fairly sure they filmed that to get it to look like that. It wasn't just filmed black and white. It was filmed like in UV, I think, and then they just like desaturated it to get that look. To get the look of like the Black Sun.
Watching the Baron and the Bene the Baron and the Bene Gesserit slowly walk through, and you can see it in real time happen from color to
shine on them. Yeah,
it's so cool.
Oh, but just having, even just as a concept, of course, the Harkonnens live on a planet with like a dying sun that's burning white.
Yeah,
and it like the effect that has on the planet.
The Black Sun.
The Harkonnen fireworks were beautiful.
Ink
black
blots,
splodges,
like ink splats.
Yeah.
Oh, so freaking cool.
It's such a
concept-wise, like I wanted more Giddy Prime, and we got that big time because I was just imagining being there. It's the creepiest society you've ever seen. Like,
it's like deeply fascistic society that is like, like not only are they like clearly like oppressed to the point of like, yes, we love our like a horrible family that rules us, but like also like you are physically oppressed by the sun every single day. Like how you wouldn't just be driven mad. Like
an amazing introduction to Austin Butler's character.
The whole fight, and then like
awesome.
Them just like not like the dude's not drugged up, and he's like, nah, fucking leave it.
So cool.
Oh, and the way the Baron talks about that, the way he's like, this is a gift to him. Like giving him a real fight and a real spectacle is his gift on his birthday gift. You could actually die. You need to actually be good.
This after being introduced to him as, oh yes, he's preparing for battle. Here are your blades, sir. Cool. I'm just gonna stab everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stab everyone, and then be like, needs to be sharper. It's like
Much
fucking-
it like they did the Harkonnens complete disregard for their slave race. 'Cause they got a lot of slaves. This is what the book in the 80s movies shows more of. Lots of slaves. And in the book and the other movie, the slaves actually have the only thing I'm disappointed we didn't see, which is called a heart plug, which is the most brutal sci-fi thing ever.
Is
So
it
all the
literally
slaves,
what it sounds like?
yeah,
It's a
so
butt
all
plug
the
for your
slaves
heart.
have a built-in metallic plug connected to their heart with essentially a key ring on the end. And anytime a Harkonnen wants to kill a slave, they just pull this pin, and the slave's heart instantly is destroyed,
Oh my
and the slave
god.
dies.
It's pretty baller.
Yeah. And in the 80s movie, Baron's out here just walking through, just pulling heart plugs, just
Oh my god.
and it's so brutal because it's like literally this key ring, this pin is just hanging open. So it's like
God.
any second they can just
Yeah.
pull it. So the oppression levels
Yeah.
are high. Now,
Goddamn.
the new movie showed this disregard through like Austin Butler just turning around and stabbing a slave like
Just
10
straight up
times.
like
Slicing this throat.
casual murder.
And yeah, and I thought that effectively showed their disregard. Heart plugs would have been nice, but that was good. It was like, okay, yeah, they
Or
yeah.
when he walks into is it Batista? When one of them walks into the Baron when he's in his bath.
I
And
love
they just
this.
like
scene.
show the camera over to the side, and it's like there's just two
Oh,
of
they
them
hear
dead.
they hear the scream and then they
Oh,
walk in and the
yeah.
Baron just sort of like comes out of the bath and they're over there.
Oh man.
Would you? I'd like to get in that bath. Not with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, optional
Yeah,
if
that's
he's in
good.
there. Depends how I'm feeling.
Well, do you want to chat with Skarsgård? Do you want to just have a chat with him in a bath?
Maybe not, but
You could ask him about what it was like to be on Mamma Mia.
ooh,
Get onto
now,
Warner
now
Brothers.
you've enticed it.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
I know
bath?
Alex.
June bath bomb.
Ooh.
And
Make-
it's all like black and oily.
that would sell.
Yeah. That
Oh,
would
man.
sell.
That would sell. We'd
Limited
make money.
edition June bath bomb.
Yeah, you could do
give
two
me a-
different ones. You could do a Harkonnen and you could do an Atreides, where then
Atreides
you've got
normal-
the
a
Atreides
normal
one is all
bath
like spice and gold and glittery, and the Harkonnen one is all oily.
Fremen sand bath bomb.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh.
It's literally just like getting in the
Oh.
water at the beach and walking back out. You got the
Oh,
sand.
So
God.
all over
it's
you.
like
some
bathing in the
worms.
holy sea water.
yeah.
I'm getting mad at people who are saying, because I do remember this, and I remember one of my favorite scenes being Paul just after he drinks the worm blood, the water of life. Yep. I remember just after that, and then he addresses the Fremen colony.
Oh, in the prayer hall.
Yeah, and I remember that
Oh.
being incredible. But some people, sorry, I'm gonna pause because I'm talking. Some
He's
people,
Are
focusing.
you talking about the war council or just his?
no, the
his
war
people,
council.
him?
Wait, the war council. Where
Like, in the big
everyone,
cabin
when they're
where he's
all in
not
there.
allowed to
When he
speak.
goes in the south, yeah.
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 And
My
because
favourite.
people are complaining that he changes too quickly after he drinks, like he had such a 180
Yeah.
character change, and I feel like people are understanding it's like he has to embrace the Messiah role because he's seen the future now, and he knows that the only way that this is going to work out for them if he embraces this role and becomes what they need to be.
And I feel
Which
like
I thought
he's
was
already
obvious.
starting. He's also
He
already
didn't
like
believe.
you're already getting
Yeah.
inklings of it before that happens. Like it's not like it's just he just drank it, now he's being a dick. He was starting to be a
Yeah.
dick before that.
I like the
He's got
change.
the visions, but they're not clear, and he doesn't truly even believe that he is the Messiah himself. He's saying that
Yeah.
to like Zendaya,
Yeah,
and then once he drinks it, he knows he's the Messiah.
Yeah.
Like he can see everything.
He knows what he's got to do.
Yeah.
People were also confused that they think that this isn't the end of the book and that there is like part 3 movies definitely happening because that's going to be the last
That's
part of the
book
book. And everyone's
be
like, no. These 2 parts here, that's Dune.
That's the first book.
That's
Yeah.
the
That's
first
book
That's
book.
Dune.
Um,
They said the
And-
name of the film.
the thing that they changed a couple times, the things that they changed from, I know the original movie was, now what is Zendaya? Is it Chardy? Is that, am I saying her name right?
Chani.
Chani. They changed her, not just kind of going with Paul after he pledges
Yeah.
his love to.
Yeah, she's mad,
Yeah,
which I
which
thought
I
was
like.
bullshit.
Oh, you thought it was bullshit?
Well, she's mad. She's not so mad about him marrying the princess, but she seems more mad that he's just changed, you know.
I'm
But,
okay
like-
with that because they set that up throughout the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that final scene, every significant thing he does, he looks over to her. Like he's
Yeah.
his center of attention in that entire bit in Arakeen when they have the duel and everything.
Like,
Like he keeps looking.
Mentioning that duel, that is one of the best scenes. Just the absolute silence, and it's just them
Oh, it's
two
so
going
cool.
at it.
Yeah,
They,
It's
for some
an
reason,
epic action scene.
they've
Was that, like-
released that clip online as
Oh.
like a promo thing, which I don't look. It's great now because I can watch that clip having seen the movie, but I'm really glad I hadn't watched it going into
That's
the movie.
weird.
yeah.
Weird. Wasn't that kind of like? Didn't they have a big dramatic? Oh yeah, they had the duel at the end of the part 1. So kind of
Yeah,
bookends
they
like
did.
that.
Yeah,
Bit of foreshadowing. Bit of-
But yeah, I gotta say, talk about mixed signals. Like, I will love you until I cannot breathe anymore. I'm marrying
crazy.
this other woman.
no, but it's for political
Yeah,
power. He's got to do
I
it.
know it's for
He
political
wants
things.
straight political
Yeah.
power.
I mean,
And
but
my
also
point-
like it's Florence Pugh, so
He keeps looking over at her after he does anything in
Yeah.
there. He talks to this person, looks over at Zendaya, make sure that she knows she's important to me.
so
Does something else
So
again.
weird though. So weird.
But
Bless.
the duel, the main part I took away was they sewed enough Bene Gesserit bullshit throughout the film and
Oh
them
my
talking
God.
about we have multiple prospects.
Yeah.
And then we had the Harkonnen reveal that he's related to the Baron and everything.
Oh my
And
god.
I was
even
not
for me,
expecting
I
that.
did not know
Yeah.
that at all.
Even for me, because the movie as well is, you know, very diluted from the book and even from the 80s version, like
Yeah.
in terms of what they've included. Like we didn't see the Spacing Guild at all this part 2, which is a bit annoying, but again, fun. Is this fight, I actually wasn't sure Paul was going to win. Like,
They did well, didn't they?
they did that. Like,
Nah.
somehow, even though you were like, oh, Paul's going to win this, then you're like, they're not going to, he could not win this. Like,
Yeah.
they've set it up that Austin Butler's character could kind of fulfill the prophecy. Like, it
Yeah.
could all be his right.
Yeah,
like, all
they
be
lay it
his
down
right.
by like we have other prospects, and then like really
Yeah.
hit home
Yeah.
that point.
Well, she's
when-
got his
And then
kid.
the
She's got the little
bloodlines are the
baby
same.
Austin in her tum tum.
Baby
Oh,
Austin.
that whole part. Of her
Yeah.
just, the plan worked.
Oh my god. Man.
Now this
Rebecca Ferguson in this movie too. She did a pretty good job.
Oh, if we're talking about MVPs, Xavier Bardem has to be.
Oh,
yes.
He brought well needed and organic humor into the movie.
Yes.
yes, very
Without
true.
it being like almost turned to camera comedy.
The
Like, just
cutaway
really
to him,
natural.
the cutaway to him talking to his people after being like,
True
he's-
Messiah
he's-
would be too humble to admit it.
Yeah.
He is the one.
that was so funny.
That was excellent because
That's practically
obviously
that's
that
just
played on modern religion, but also like
yeah. That's pretty much half the the memes I keep seeing is like, you know, Paul like taking the trash out, still go live aluminium. Yeah, like he's the Messiah.
Once he accepted it, anything he did was proved it.
Man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good. But
I
like
did-
he
I
brought
did-
the heart as well, because like that sequence where they're like showing the the burial water, like
Yeah.
oh
Mm.
man, it's like sad. Like he's really delivering some feels.
How good did that water look?
And I feel
though?
like that really added to
Oh, it
when we
looked
see
like
the
it would
siege-
taste so good.
when we see the siege destroyed, and that
Yeah.
you know millions of decaliters of sacred water lost. It was like
Just remember, this movie's so long, I keep forgetting things that happen in it, and then I randomly
Yeah.
remember something, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was freaking awesome!" The
One thing-
freaking when they kill the Harkonnens at the start, and then they're draining their bodies for the cooling in
Yeah.
their suits,
Mhm.
and Zendaya's fucking draining one of them, and he's still alive. That's
Yeah.
deeply fucked. Oh,
awesome.
so
awesome.
good though.
I just looked up at Choppy's screen for a second.
What the
Now-
shit is what? Sorry, audio listeners.
he's just chilling.
Is that an action figure?
There's action
Um,
figure Cody Rhodes.
Oh
like a Toy
my
Story
god,
toy.
that's so
Um,
fun.
I'll put him in the
talking-
game.
talking about with the siege getting destroyed, it was like throw like Gurney being around. I was just like waiting for him to like dob them in, and when it got destroyed, I was waiting for like him to have done like given them the location. Like, I'm so glad that he did.
Oh, what? Of course
Yeah.
he wouldn't. Why would you
I
think
feel
that?
like I feel like it's just like that trope. They like find the old friend that's
Gurney-
now with the bad people,
no,
and then
he-
he's actually
Gurney's
a
loyal as
spy
shit.
in the end.
Gurney is
You
loyal
know
to the
nothing
end.
of
Yeah.
nothing of Gurney Alec. He's the most
No, I
loyal
don't.
fighter in the Atreides army.
And
He's loyal to Paul, and when he sees Paul put the ring on, he's so happy. He's like he's
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh, yo,
I just-
that,
He remembers.
that's
He remembers who he is.
that is obviously within a larger, very good sequence. But that moment is just like,
Mm.
oh man, everything's
Yeah.
clicking together. And then you see
it-
them later at the siege, and they've got the flags. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
him
but
so
just
well
first,
done.
commanding that giant, like being told he's not allowed to speak, and then just commanding that room to
Oh.
listen to him.
Yeah.
so good.
he puts he doesn't never puts the ring on. He puts it in his pocket, and then once he like commands the people and has that scene, he puts the ring on. It's almost like he found his way to it, just like Oscar said he would in part one.
Wild.
Beautiful.
Goddamn.
Also, one thing I just never thought I would see is just them whip out some nukes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't
the
expecting that.
There's just a vault with
Yeah,
nukes
see-
in it, and they use it.
More because you know how they say they're old and they're the original Atreides atomics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to go back to Dune lore where there was a massive kind of universal war against the thinking machines. So their technology is kind of weird, where they have bits of advanced technology, but then some stuff is rather
Yeah,
primitive seeming.
I did
love
see a video that spoke about that, and I was like, huh, that's why they fight with swords, but like some have like a pistol.
Yeah, you need
love-
to go back to
I
Dune.
love
go read
how-
some Dune lore.
I love the fact that because of the shielding, they like again they break this all down in part one, but like I just love the shielding, meaning like yeah, gunfire isn't particularly effective against shields, so
We
you
got some
do
guns
have
when we
to
need it,
sword fight.
but-
You do get the guns
Yeah.
in there, but they're against the Fremen who don't have the shields, so it makes sense. But like, man, it just the amount of crazy world building shit that Frank Herbert was doing so long ago, like.
Yeah,
Insane,
cool.
right?
you gotta love how they're not running around with just like your normal guns. Everyone's pretty much doing arm to arm combat, except for the Harkonnens with their lasers that go through fucking anything.
Oh my god, those lasers.
They just
Where'd they come from?
I went through rock.
they went through everything.
They went through fucking everything. They like slice shit like butter. Oh my god. Far
Yeah.
out.
Again, a lot of the book. This movie was very toned down on a lot of the themes and the stuff in the book, like with the Bene Gesserit and the Spacing Guild, and
Really?
they left. Yeah, there's a lot not in here. Like the '80s movie was a watered down book, and this is like watered down '80s movie. Like in
Right.
terms of what they've tried to include. Like
Because I really liked
but it was good.
the
It was
amount of they gave you like just enough of the Bene Gesserit to be like they
Yeah.
are very much in control of what is happening, which is scary.
See, we didn't see the Spacing Guild were just kind of mentioned in the first one, but they're obviously the spice mutated people.
They're
that
in the first
find
one. You see them in the first one. They're in their little
Fringe heads.
with their little yeah.
We didn't get to see them because in the '80s movie they look like deformed whales and they're in big tanks. These are the guild
Oh,
navigators
okay.
because they've
Sorry,
had
I'm
so much.
incredibly distracted by Alex's screen right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is
But that was
amazing.
cool. Other main difference, which going into the movie, I was thinking like, how are we going to do this time jump? Because they're Paul's in the desert with the Fremen for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
his-
were explaining this to me afterwards, and
Yeah,
I was shocked.
And his baby sister is grown up and like at least 10 and she's in the throne room with the mother and she's got crazy voice powers.
She's the
as
one
well.
in the book that kills the Baron, isn't she?
Yeah, pretty much. And in the '80s movie, it's corny as fuck, but she's there and she's using the voice, and it's a thing. But yeah, in this movie, we just got baby Anna Taylor-Joy speaking from within the womb, which added a level of creepiness to that, so that worked.
100%.
We didn't need her grown up because she was already a character while being in the womb.
I was like, I mean, if you were to tell me, hey, Brayden, we need you to cast someone in Dune Part 2. Now, it's going to be a flash forward to a grown-up female character. She's going to have the blue eyes. I'm like, okay, who has the biggest eyes that I know? It has to be Anya Taylor-Joy.
Did you not know she was
Save
in
on
it?
CGI.
I had
Save
no
on CGI.
idea.
She was
I
at the.
jump
It got
scared by
spoiled
Anya Taylor-Joy.
because she was at the premiere.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a premiere photo.
Yeah.
No,
If you can call that being in it.
I was jump scared by her.
Actually managed to have less screen time than Zendaya in part 1.
Well, just not in the perfume commercials.
Yes.
This-
Dune. Spice.
Spice. The spice must flow.
The
Goddamn.
spice must flow.
That's,
Oh, the
Very-
throat singing.
the throat. Oh man, the voice. Like again, I think my favorite thing about this film is the audio design. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. I did give this a 4.5 out of 5, not a 5 out of 5. I don't know if it is it's not. I can't tell if it's a pacing thing or if it's just how much is there or if it's how long it is or anything like that. There's just something about it where I go, feels like there's something that could have happened. I understand there's a lot there, and there's clearly, as been explained, a
They
lot that
squeezed a lot
isn't
in.
even like brought into it, which is crazy. That there's more to it. Like, I'm legitimately considering reading or at least listening to the book now.
I bought the book on my
I've already
Kindle.
had
Nice.
Yeah,
I've already
I
had the
bought it
urge
on,
to read the book.
I bought it on Audible today. To listen to.
I got it on my Kindle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be listening to it.
I'm
with
reading it. I'm
Spotify's
gonna finish
audiobooks.
it. I'm gonna start reading it after I finish Percy Jackson book 3.
Nice.
But
Very
I think you're
nice.
right. I had the urge to be like, oh, this is a fucking amazing movie and one of the best movies I've ever
Yeah.
seen. But personally, I know there's more I would have liked to see, and that's why I'll say it again. I would have made 2 Dune Part 1 paced movies, had a Part 2 and a Part 3 just for book 1.
Yeah.
But I am happy with what we got. But
If you were
could
to
have
cut
put
this
so
one
much
into
more
2
in.
movies, Chris, where would have you stopped the first, like the movie? Where would have you cut to like let more stuff fit in?
Probably when Paul drinks the
Yep. That's exactly
elixir,
what I was thinking.
that would have been the end of part 2,
Yep.
and then we would have had so much more.
That would have been a good spot, yeah,
Roman
because
War.
you don't know what happens. Like if you don't show what happens to him after, like from that point,
Yeah.
you just show him drink it, cut it, and then like you start the next movie with him having his clarified visions.
I don't
Yeah.
feel like
Pretty
we
good.
really got the sense that they put Spice production to a standstill. It was like a few lines of like, yeah, we're down like 80%.
Yeah,
But,
we got sequences where it was like they're destroying all their production. It's like, okay, yeah.
this is a planetary
And then you got
scale war.
Batista being
takes
angry at
years.
people being angry at Batista, and then Austin Butler being angry at Batista, making him kiss his foot. And like
Yep.
that was kind of it in terms of understanding that they did like get rid of the spice. Or
And
at
he
least,
comes
like,
in and
affect-
destroys one siege, and then they're like, oh, the battle in the north, we've retaken the north. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, we're talking about half a planet here.
Yeah,
Like,
wild.
but it's
Yeah.
fine.
I
And
guess
then
the scale is hard to show, but
True, yeah.
The scale is actually very easy to show because they're like, here's a baby sandworm. It's fucking big, long, and gross.
It's very long. Imagine how long the big ones are.
Fucking, and then again, Javier Bardem with these incredible lines is like, well, watch out for the centipedes, but not the little ones. And he holds his hands like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
ugh.
My favorite
did-
line of him is when they see the grandfather worm coming, and he's like, "Wow, not that big!" Like,
Not that big.
yeah. I was like, "Oh,
Man, his accent
That
in
was-
this film's great.
there was a video
Yeah.
of someone, and he's like, "This has been keeping me up for days. I've been trying to figure out how the sandworms move, and it can't be like a snake because like they're clearly riding him, and they're not
Yeah,
slithering.
they're going straight.
It's not like a worm
Their
because
tails are
again, you
slithering.
see someone, and he's like, "There's a large amount of sand they consume when they come up through the ground to eat things. So the only way I can think of this is that they got a fucking sand rocket behind them." And he was like, "This has been keeping me
remember
up for
how
days
long-
now."
Sandblasting.
how long the tail of the little one was compared to its width."
Yeah.
So the big ones, we're only seeing like the head that's
Top.
above
Yeah.
the sand. So I don't know. You can imagine whatever you want to imagine, but the other kilometers of sandworm are
Yeah.
slithering, corkscrewing, pushing. They're doing something.
God
They're
damn.
doing something, and I don't really
Yeah.
want to think about it.
I
Truly
imagine they
wild.
slip.
I'm still sitting at a 5. I think it as a whole, the movie with the theater experience, and maybe also riding the high of watching them back to back.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But I'm very firmly sitting at a 5 for this. I think just everything as a whole did it for me.
I
5 out
can't.
of 5.
Yeah, I can't get only because I have not seen it fully. I don't think I can't give it a 5, but it probably is a 5. Like if I'm being completely honest, probably a 5. But unfortunately, on the second viewing,
I
I'll
don't
be
know.
able to tell you when.
I don't know if Brayden remembers my mum's take because most of my family was there
Yes.
with us.
I was like, yep, cool, Chris. We've got passes to see it. Cool, all good. And then I get a message from Chris, I think the day before, maybe, where it's a screenshot of just like, your checkout of your car. You've bought 8 tickets or some shit. I was like, oh my God, because his entire family's coming.
Everyone came, and my mum had a great take when we got out of the movie because my mum's just watched Dune Part 1 like 2 days before this
Perfect.
and managed to stay awake, which she does not through even a half an hour TV
Better
show.
than me.
And then Dune Part 2, my mum comes out and she goes, it was like a Star Wars crossed with Jesus Christ Superstar. Which, if anyone doesn't know, Jesus Christ Superstar is the Broadway
Musical.
my God.
musical of the Bible.
So funny.
That's great. That's a great take.
I now I want Paul Atreides, Muad'Dib, to just be like, Jesus Christ, superstar. So good.
So that was fantastic.
Goddamn.
Yeah, she enjoyed it.
Far out.
June.
Big shout out
Yeah.
to the additions to the cast on this one.
Yeah, that was
Christopher
great. Eh?
Walken, awesome.
Yeah, they were sick. Yeah, all the new people were great.
Yeah.
And yeah.
See, I actually felt like we didn't see much of Christopher Walken.
No, me neither.
be
And
honest.
Florence Pugh, to be honest, I felt like they weren't in a hell of a lot.
They were barely
Yep.
in it.
We had like
See,
what,
again,
maybe
yeah.
2 or 3 scenes outside of like the end.
Yeah.
Could have stretched it out.
Christopher
big
Walken,
time.
I think you got 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah, we had
have
an
stretched
additional
it
with
out
Florence Pugh,
big
yeah.
time, but having it didn't know Part 3 was coming, and then having it end like that and going like, oh, it's because Part 3's gonna be
Yeah.
getting into the book too. And I was like, okay, I'm happy they condensed this down and got it done good enough. And I like one of the greatest movies ever made, and that's good enough. Like
Good enough. Fine.
yeah, it was good enough for me. All right, could have done better. But and then finding out that Part 3 is extending the story to stuff that even I haven't been into, like that's fine. I just want to see more.
Goddamn. Very excited to see whatever comes next in the adventures of Arrakis and
100%.
everyone
Who knows?
getting crazy.
If we get to like Part 10 and we're 6 or 7 books in, Paul will become a worm. That's canon.
Oh, bless. And this is why people say you should only read the first 3 books.
This is why the Sons books are not very well liked, isn't it?
Mm.
No, the Sons books are after that. And
Oh,
yeah,
after that.
the Sons books are weird. They're like
Yeah.
kind of
It's
little
like, would you still
lore
love me if
based.
I was a sandworm?
I'd love you if you were
Yeah.
Sandworm.
Yeah, the Sons books. Apparently, you don't listen to them. You don't watch
Yeah.
them. Read them.
Bless.
Read them.
Yeah, they're
You
like
got
sort of
there in the
shunned.
end.
They're shunned by the community.
Yeah, but
The
yeah,
main thing-
Paul becomes a worm in Emperor Dune, which is what book is that?
The main thing I've heard from people talking about the Dune series in terms of novels from my years of working in a bookshop and comic shop is read the first one. It's fantastic. And then if you really want to, you can go ahead and read book 2 and 3. And then probably just leave it. Like, enjoy what you've got. But if you want to, you can experience him becoming a worm. So
Yeah, God Emperor of Dune.
God damn. Well, I'm excited to watch
Children of
Timothy
Dune.
Chalamet become a giant worm, but that's so far away. So I feel like if there's anything else we want to mention, has anyone been watching anything else in the
I
meantime?
did watch a movie.
Oh,
I watched the Mean Girls movie.
oh,
new one?
yes, the new one. How is it?
Eh,
Yeah.
it's I want to talk about Mean Girls.
Just before you get into your thoughts on it, at least, I do want to say I did see an ad on like Instagram or something being like, hey, you can buy and rent now or whatever, like watch it at home. Again, not showing that it's a musical at all.
Yeah, and it is a full musical. Personally, if I was going to cast the main actress to play Lindsay Lohan's character, I would cast someone that had musical talent. Could sing. It's
Are you saying Betty from those Spider-Man films? Can't
Betty
sing?
Brant cannot sing. She can't sing, and unfortunately, they surround her with people that can sing.
Incredible Broadway talent.
Really noticeable.
Janice is played by Moana. So I think the thing I'm going to start off with something that I like better in this version than the original version, which was
just to quickly interject. I will leave you to your Mean Girls chat and your WWE chat. I will have to duck out.
Goodbye, my friend.
Thank you for your service on the sands of Arrakis.
As Gurney Alex says, it's Dune time.
It's time to play the Dune.
Oh, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for a meme.
God. Fuck.
Oh, he's messed us up. You'll get there in the end. Wait,
there
it is.
No, I just don't have my WWE.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. I'll work out. Basically, I don't think. Yeah, I thought that Janice and her friend Damien in the film, I thought they were actually better. I actually preferred the actor that played Damien in this than I do in the original film. Shocking. The weakest parts of the film is just that they do all the iconic lines, and it's not the same, and it's not going to be the same. So I don't know why they attempted.
It is a very weird choice.
Yeah,
to adapt the musical, which is adapting a film.
I didn't love all the songs. None of them really memorable. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't love.
What about Megan Thee Stallion's song?
She's got a song in it
with Renee Rapp.
That's probably the end of the movie.
It's probably the end credits.
The
song.
credit song, yeah. Yeah. Look, they brought back Tina Fey. They brought back Tim Meadows to play the same characters, but now they're married. It's weird. There wasn't enough separation from the original movie. It kind of rode a middle line where it's like, hey, we're doing our own thing, but also we're going to bring back actors from the original one. We're going to do the same lines. We're going to do a lot of the same stuff. There wasn't that much that it needed to be more separation.
It's kind of like if you did a HD remaster of a video game, and then in that HD remaster, you modded it so that it had musical numbers.
It was just weird. And
Bless.
I thought it was fine. I gave it 2.5. I thought it was very fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again or pay to watch it. But yeah, look, they all can't be winners, fellas, can they?
That's it.
They all can't be winners. We can't. They all can't be Dune Part 2.
That's it.
Michael wishes it was like Dune Part 2, don't you, Mikey?
Always.
I've heard you yelling from the rooftops. Why isn't it like Dune Part 2? And we hear you, Michael. We acknowledge.
Yeah, it's those little echoes in the middle of the night across the entirety of the Adelaide CBD when I just hear, "Ride the worm."
No, just try and do the ah.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
Yeah.
Michael, you good? Are you guys good?
No.
Did I miss something?
No.
Did you miss anything from the WWE? Alex, do you want to give us a little update on what's going on the road to WrestleMania?
Can we cut to someone else? Because I'm trying to figure out how to get this stuff back.
I haven't really watched much.
Incredible, Michael.
Michael, watch more.
I
No.
need to watch more as well. Actually, so Alex, if you are doing a Oscars watch along, Michaela and I will happily join. We're going to try and watch some Oscar films, at least most of the best pictures, because we looked at the best picture list and we were like, oh, we've only seen Barbie and Oppenheimer. So we're gonna watch some off that, which should be fun. So next week we'll have the Oscars to talk about, as well as I will have actually watched a bunch of things that were in the Oscars. So that'll be good fun.
You guys should watch more things.
I know, right? Really
You
should.
should.
I got some reading done. I went away to Victor, a little slice of life segment with Braden while Alex gets his stuff sorted. Went for a lovely little one night stay down in Victor Harbour, which was a lovely little time. Got some reading done. Read the first chapter of the new joint universe of Transformers and G.I. Joe in comics, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And the first chapter of that is called Void Rivals. It's a brand new sci-fi thing led by Robert Kirkman of Invincible and Walking Dead and stuff. And it kicks off the Transformers stuff, which is the main thing that I do actually want to read. But the Void Rivals stuff was fine. It was all good. But the Transformers stuff is the good stuff. So I recommend people check that out.
Sweet. Yeah, so WWE, what is there to say? What is there to do? What is there to say about it? Other than The Rock came back the other week.
In a shirt that looked very uncomfortable.
An expensive shirt too.
Oh man, it looked like it was made of like a tarp. Like you would put it out to cover something so it was like protected in the rain.
Yeah. I can't do two things. So The Rock came back on Friday with Roman. The whole bloodline was there. They were all chilling, and The Rock was like, "Hey, Cody, fuck you." First of all, The Rock released a 21-minute Instagram video of just him talking about the whole Cody situation. One of the such a great promo. He cut like just this promo in vertical video. It's just like he's propped it up against something and he's just there talking about it all. He kind of feels
did not see this.
Yeah, you should watch it. He feels in a big plot hole about the whole why Cody went back on his word and everything.
Ooh.
And then it was Friday night. The whole bloodline's out there, and Rock's just like, "Hey, Cody, you're a bitch." He's just like, and you're walking around with your dipshit friend Seth Rollins now. And then he was just like, I'm going to decline your request for a match before WrestleMania, a 1v1 with me, but I have a counter offer at WrestleMania Night 1, a tag team match between you and your goofy ass friend and me and the undisputed WWE champion Roman Reigns.
Wow.
And so that was his counter offer. And then they kind of did a whole thing, and then The Rock went to do his "Can you smell what The Rock's cooking?" And then Roman stops him from doing that and says to The Rock, he goes, "Before we do all this, I need you to do one thing. You need to do one thing for me. You need to acknowledge me."
Oh
and
my
so
God.
The Rock then acknowledges our tribal chief, Roman. And then The Rock goes to do "Can you smell?" And then he stops halfway through that and hands the mic to Roman and lets Roman finish it by saying what the bloodline's cooking.
Which must have been like really fun for Roman.
It was a 40-minute promo to open
Seriously?
SmackDown.
Holy shit!
Saturday.
I saw like that one clip from it. I didn't. That's nuts.
It was heaps long. It included, so basically what
Were the
they
crowd
announced.
into it?
Yeah. What they announced was if Seth and Cody win the tag match on night 1, then there will be absolutely no bloodline interference at all. There will be they'll let it be a one-on-one and they won't pop up at all.
Whoa.
If The Rock and Roman win, it turns into a bloodline rules match where that he was just like, Jimmy could be special guest referee. He said the wise man can be at ringside. He said Rock can be on commentary. He was just like, and Solo can sing the national anthem if he wants to. Which then led to the only time people chanted Solo ever.
Wow.
They got The Rock managed to get Solo chants, which shows how good The Rock is.
Insane.
So
shit, either of those is really good.
Yeah, I think Rock and Roman are winning, and I think Cody's gonna eat the pin in that tag match night. I think Cody's going in as a massive underdog.
I mean, that makes it really fun for people to really go for it. Like, people love an underdog. So
you can't have Rock eat the pin. You can't have him. You can't have Roman eat the pin. You can't. The champion cannot eat a pin going into this championship
into their title match.
Which is why Seth also can't eat the pin. Because he's got this match against Drew. So Cody has to eat the pin.
Wow.
So I think we're getting a Bloodlines rules match at WrestleMania night 2, sorry. And then this morning on Raw, Cody and Seth came out and basically announced that they're both going to be at SmackDown this week to
that's cool.
To go face to face with Rock and Roman to accept their match. And they are doing a gauntlet match to decide who's facing Gunther at Mania.
Gunther.
And I think it's Sammy, Chad Gable,
Shinsuke's in there.
Yeah, Shinsuke, Ricochet, and one Bronson.
Yep.
So probably going to be Chad Gable, I think, or Sammy. Chad Gable or Sammy.
I think there was a spot that they were doing where Gunther was like, talking shit about like how like no one can challenge him, and they did like it was almost like it was like A/B testing the crowd where like he started listing off people as though like, oh, like who could challenge me, and he started listing people. And it was almost like they were just like had a decibel meter measuring like who the crowd chanted for more. And it was Chad Gable. Like people want Chad Gable.
People want Chad Gable to win it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what else do we have on SmackDown? Dakota Kai betrayed Bailey and and sided with the rest of Damage Control.
Bailey looks so sad.
Which it does, but it's the right choice because unfortunately you've got Kyrie, Oscar, and Io, and none of them are great on the mic. So you need that one person there to be the spokesperson for Damage Control, which is Dakota.
Especially if they're going into being like full
a big
heels.
faction, a big heel faction. Like, you need a Heyman. You need someone like Heyman on the mic.
Heyman,
speaking of which,
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's getting inducted. Is the first announced inductee to the Hall of Fame this year. We don't know who's going to induct him.
Well deserved.
Can't be Brock.
It's not going to be Brock.
Brock won't be inducting him. But yeah.
They should bring out someone who was like from ECW back in the day.
Well, they should bring Rob Van Dam.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah. Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, the dude knows the industry so well that he is the thing that made it successful.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like bringing it into the modern era.
Yeah.
Like craziness. So anyway, very excited for WrestleMania coming up. Very excited to get my hands on this game that you've been playing.
Sorry, I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to hit Cody with the knuckles. I was playing the guest referee mode. When you get to be the ref.
So you were playing as Logan. Okay.
I was playing as Logan.
Okay, that's
and
fun.
I wanted Gunther to be about to lose, but then for me to pull out knuckle dusters and punch Cody, and then quickly go count 1, 2, 3 and have Gunther win.
Oh my god, very fun.
My referee rating was 30. I was about to get kicked out. I'm not sure if we can see it.
God damn.
Oh, it's just me trying to punch Cody. They're not going to show it. Oh, how funny. So
that action figure skin is incredible.
It's hilarious, right? Is
there any others? Or is it the only one?
No, it's only Cody. They had John Cena last year.
Right, okay.
We can look at.
I love that it's bruised Cody as well.
Yeah, we can look at some WWE now if you want. Now that Chris is gone.
Yeah.
So this is a game.
It's a video game.
I might just do this for
We're going to explain what video games are to people.
for content's sake. All right. So this is a game. Here it is. You got showcase mode. I have this on PS5 as well. So I've actually played some show. Oh, we've bored Michael.
Michael's like, I'm out. I'm done.
Michael has left the building. So we've got showcase mode here, where you're playing through all the biggest matches in WrestleMania history.
Crazy.
So I can't go through and show them all, but I'm on to the next one after that. Here you've got your My Rise, which is the Unleashed and Undisputed.
Is that your character one?
Yeah. So Unleashed
Yeah,
is your female character, Undisputed is your male character.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure the Undisputed one starts off with Roman giving up the title and letting you pin Cody. And you become the champion, but when Roman goes off to Hollywood to go be a movie star, and then he comes back and goes, "Hey, remember, I didn't lose that. I gave that to you."
Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
Universe mode is universe mode. You get to book your own matches, but it's really in depth. You can plan your promos and everything. My GM's
Nice.
a bit of fun to go PvP, where you just kind of do basic booking of your own matches. I've never played Faction, sorry.
Is Faction their like card one?
Yeah. Never played it. It annoys me because you have to play a bit of Faction in order to get platinum. So anyway, so we've got new match types this year. You've got special guest referee, which is a brand new match type.
Very fun.
You've got a casket match,
Classic.
which is new, and you've got ambulance matches, and then you got these. I think you got these gauntlet matches too, which would be heaps fun. And then obviously you've got your War Games, Royal Rumble, Handicap Tournament. We've got probably the biggest roster ever of superstars.
Yeah, I'm so excited to just scroll through the list
Yeah. So still, there's a bunch
that
that
are
are
like, locked.
Yeah. So if you get the most expensive version of the game, I think it all comes unlocked already.
Right.
But you got to unlock a few, just because you're a pleb, I guess. But yeah, most things things I'm most excited about is, we've got updated versions of our superstars. Like we finally got Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, Dirty Dom.
We got Dirty Dom. Obviously,
that's
Mattel
fantastic.
Cody.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's just a lot. Obviously, with the Fiends there too, he's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all the stars and all the heroes. Jay's got his own.
Yeah, main event Jay.
You got main event Jay. There's so many John Cenas.
Oh my god. Are they all John Cena?
Yep, all of these
Holy
are John
shit.
Cena.
That's ridiculous. Is one of them John Cena from the hit WWE film The Marine?
No, God no. What about the Miz when the Miz took over and the Miz was the star of the Marine? KO,
Jesus.
Lanite,
Lanite?
Logan at a 90.
Dude, I've heard so many wrestlers being so annoyed about it.
Yeah, Logan's the same. Logan's higher rated than fucking Jey Uso.
Incredible.
Yeah, Randy Orton, young Randy Orton. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
nice.
just Rey Mysterio Jr.,
Oh, nice.
Rhea, and then young Rhea.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then you
That's
got
so cool.
yeah, it's sick. It's gonna be. I'm so
That's
excited.
gonna be whole life for the next couple.
Hollywood
months.
Rock's in here too.
Nice.
Oh, Ronda's locked. I wonder why Ronda's locked.
Damn.
Ronda isn't in WWE anymore. Sammy, we got Sammy with his entrance now.
Yeah.
His updated entrance. It's
Nice.
Seth, Shane Mac, Shawn Mike, and then we just got Sheamus. We got the whole crew here. Stardust.
Very excited. Are you excited for the DLC characters of Post Malone?
CM Punk is a DLC character. He's in the first set,
Nice.
so I'm very excited to get him into the game.
Hell yeah.
I think I'm
Did you see
dashing
the
Cody
little?
Rhodes.
Nice. Did you see the little trailer they put out today?
Oh, how good is that trailer?
Fucking excellent.
Yeah, they were playing that during the show today.
The first person Motley Crue,
Mhm.
like, oh, so cool. That made me hype.
But
All right.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're going to hear us yap on about this game for the next ages. So we'll leave you with that as Stone Cold stares us down and Mummy celebrates. Thank you all so much for joining us for
Oh, I get back
episode
on the screen.
238 of MMT Millennial Movie Talk, a movie TV show of wrestling podcast, where next week we'll be chatting about the Oscars. Because the bloody Oscars are on.
They are. Ooh, I'm just quite not
Wild.
covering it.
And
Yeah.
and we'll run through that. Let's hope there's nothing too crazy, but also, like something interesting. But we don't need another Will Smith thing to happen. So
Why
we'll
not? Can we
see.
have another Will Smith thing to happen?
You want some serious drama?
Yeah.
Always.
Do you want to make a prediction of something crazy that'll happen?
I think that what's crazy that can happen? What's crazy that can happen?
I think someone's gonna walk up to accept an award and they're gonna fall and break a hip.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be real
That's
sad.
that's
Oh.
sad. That's bad, Braden.
Oh,
Why would you say?
I'm just saying, it's likely to happen.
Why would you say that? I think that. Yeah, I don't know. What's an upset that can happen? What's a big upset?
A last minute addition to the obituary.
Oh, whoever broke their hip.
Right.
I can only think of really dark things
whoever-
right now.
whoever
I'm sorry.
I think we need to cut here before Braden goes too far down
Whoever
the rabbit
broke their
hole.
hip on stage early that night, I assume. The biggest thing to happen is that Oppenheimer doesn't win Best Picture.
Whoa, yeah,
yeah.
that'd be big.
But yeah, I hope Emma Stone wins for Poor Things, and I hope
You plan on watching Poor Things before?
that's just better Barbie. That movie's better Barbie.
I've heard that it's Barbie for the really mentally ill, so I'm very interested to see what that's like.
It is. It's better Barbie.
Cool. And with that, we'll catch you next week. And as always,
I'm Alex,
I'm Braden.
And I'm Michael.
and play WWE. This is an
Join
ad.
us, hang out, play
Sponsored.
with us,
Play with us, Danny.
play with us.
Oh, Braden, I went reference with that. You went scary. Okay, goodbye.